We're now in the age of AI, where lonely weebs use character.ai to talk to random chatbots because they're unable to talk to real women. But technology can only advance further from now, and it's exciting to imagine what kind of artificial shenanigans we will be able to see. That's why today we're bringing you the top 10 sci-fi romance anime where love meets the future. So let's enter our time machine and travel forward. Starting this list, a modern sci-fi banger, Darling in the Franxx. The greatest complaint that we Gen Zs have is that the economy is cooked as soon as we're about to enter adult life. But what the children have to endure in this anime might be 10 times worse. Somewhere in the distant future, humanity is nearing its extinction from a mysterious giant beast known as Klaxorius. In order to protect themselves, humans stay in a big fortress called plantations. What's happening inside is what will be the game changer in restoring life on Earth. There, children are raised to become pilots of these super cool looking mechas called Franxx. With a boy-girl pair, they're able to fight off these Klaxosauruses using Franxx. The main heroes in this anime are this guy, Hero, and his mysterious pink-haired girl partner, 02. Oh, and she got two horns like a demon. Together with other Franxx pilot pairs like childhood friends Ichigo and Goru, prideful Mitsuru and Four Eyes Ikuno, childish Zorome and Miku, and these two Kokoro and Futoshi. They look good together, right? It'd be a shame if something were to happen between them. Anyways, it's not uncommon for these pairs to fall in love. The most obvious one is of course Hero and 02, which might be a match made in heaven. Hero is considered a failure and is depressed. But 02 comes into his life and calls him darling, saying she wants him as her new partner. And when he rides her on the Franxx, they become so overpowered. But Hero's childhood friend Ichigo gets jealous, so we have this love triangle, which is the main premise of the romance in the anime. No matter who you're rooting for, just know that the world hasn't been kind to blue-haired girls, especially if your status is a childhood friend. That combination is more cursed than that town in Uzumaki.
あの時は叶わなかったけど、今度こそ二人で外の世界を見よう。02、俺たちは二人で一人だ。
Next up at number 9 is the finest crest of the stars. In this anime, humanoid beings from outer space take over the galaxy, and Earth is its next target. This is the Ab Empire. They possess highly advanced technology, and they're overall far more superior than humans. That's why Jinto's father sacrifices his entire world in exchange for a high position in the Empire. As he's adjusting to his new life in the Ab Empire, he meets Princess Raphael Abrielle. Jinto never cares for her status or rank in the Empire, and somehow that makes Raphael want to befriend him. They spend a lot of time together, and quickly their bond becomes as thick as Chiasato's thighs from Licoria's recoil. One day the two head out towards Jinto's school. What they thought was going to be just another normal day turns out to be a nightmare. On the way, they find themselves stuck in what's soon to be a high-scale war between the Ab Empire and the human race. Number 8 is one of Makoto Shinakai's all-time greats, The Place Promised in Our Early Days. In an alternate universe, Japan is divided into two territories. The Hokkaido Island is taken over by the Union, while the other parts of Japan, including the Honshu Island, belonging to the United States sovereignty. One day, a mysterious tower can be seen rising tall in Hokkaido. It quickly attracts the attention of many people in Japan, especially the northernmost part of Honshu, which is Aomori, who can view the tower up close. Two middle schoolers, Hiroki Fujisawa and Takuya Shirakawa, are fascinated and aim to unravel the mystery of the tower. That's why they go all scientist mode and begin building an airplane from a fallen drone. Later, their classmate Sayuri Sawatari, who happens to be their crush, also joins in on the project. Together, the two boys make a promise to Sayuri that they will go to the top of the tower together. However, Sayuri suddenly disappears and the boys have no idea where she goes. Until years later, they find out that Sayuri has fallen into a coma for the past 3 years. That's not all though. Turns out that her health condition might somehow be related to the mystery of the tower that they've been desperately wanting to conquer. At number 7 is none other than Eureka 7. Before you ask, yes, I did put it at number 7 because of the title. Anyways, the story centers around a 14-year-old boy named Renton Thurston. He's a mechanic who kind of hates his slow, boring life. He's always wanted to join the Gecko State, a group of pilots riding giant robots fearlessly. Soon enough, his wish comes true in the most unexpected way possible. One day, an unknown object crashes down in his garage. Turns out to be a robot, and he meets the pilot, a pretty girl of his age, Eureka. Knowing he's a mechanic, Eureka asks Renton to give a tune-up for her robot. From here, Renton's dream life begins. Gaining chemistry with Eureka, he becomes her co-pilot and spends the next 75 episodes and a couple of movie sequels on a dreamy mecha adventure together with his dear crush. Halfway through, we have Hello World at number 6. Imagine your future self suddenly appears in front of you to tell you who your soulmate is. In the technologically advanced year of 2027 in Kyoto, Naomi Katagaki is your awkward high school boy who loves reading. A classmate of his, Ruri Ichigyo, also shares the same hobby. However, she's as cold as ice. You would freeze just by being in her proximity. That's why Naomi is afraid to talk to her despite desperately wanting to. Luckily, out of nowhere, a man claiming to be his future self appears right in front of him using a portal. Future Naomi tells present Naomi that he will soon be dating Ruri, but something bad will happen right after that. So the two do their best to plan their moves so that they can avoid the terrible event and change the future. But it's easier said than done. Future Naomi is like a fake dating coach that gives horrible instructions to his younger self, embarrassing the poor dude. However, everything that he said turns out to be valid. So young Naomi has no choice but to still believe him. Unless that's a wrong move, because future Naomi might hold some secrets that young Naomi must never know. Hi Weebs! It seems our journey into the future has taken longer than expected, and we're running out of gas. So why not help us by hitting that like and subscribe button to help fuel the gas? It'd be a big boost for all of us here at Animechi to bring you the best top 10 content in all of the YouTube multiverse. Thank you, Pookie! Next at 5th place is a combo of 2 parallel anime movies, To Every You I've Loved Before and To Me, and The One Who Loved You. What's interesting about these movies is that depending on which movie you watch first, your perspective on the love story changes. Let's start with To Me, The One Who Loved You Before. This movie tells the story of Kiyomi Hidaka, who, after their parents' divorce, decides to live with his father instead of his mother. His father's a researcher who investigates the parallel worlds phenomenon. He's accompanied by his research partner who apparently has a daughter, Shiori Sato. Kiyomi and Shiori naturally become friends as they spend a lot of their childhood time together. Eventually, they fall in love and promise to marry each other when they grow up. However, there's a problem. Their parents fall in love too, technically making them step-siblings, meaning they can't marry each other. These two are unable to accept this reality, and they come up with a crazy idea. They use their parents' research tools to travel to another reality where they could become one as a couple. But they never thought that it could only lead to chaos and danger. In To Every You I've Loved Before, however, Koyomi actually never meets Shiori. And that's because in this reality, he chooses to live with his mother instead of his father. This Koyomi is a bit of a beta. He can't make friends and is very lonely. That's until a classmate of his suddenly comes to him with a surprise. Kazune Takigawa tells him that she's from another world where both of them are lovers. However, behind her innocent face and believable story, there lies a hidden intention that would change the lives of both of them. These two movies are genuinely well made. It explores Kiyomi's different love life in 2 different worlds, where every choice matters and it all comes with a consequence. It doesn't matter which one you choose to watch first because it all still makes sense in the end. Just flip a coin, bro. Next at number 4, we explore the value of time and plastic memories. Tsukasa Mizugaki has just failed his exams to enter college, so he randomly applies for a job at the Scion Artificial Intelligence Corporation. This company creates robots known as Giftias, which look and act almost exactly like humans. To his surprise, he gets accepted. He's then assigned to work at Terminal Service 1, where he's responsible for retrieving Giftias that will soon die of old age before losing their memories and going berserk like a girl with anger issues on her period. Working with him by his side is his robot senior by the name of Isla, whom he later falls in love with. Despite her petite build and quiet nature, she's the best at what she does. As work partners, they then spend a lot of time together retrieving expired bots until it's her time to expire. With just 2,000 hours left on her lifespan, Tsukasa has to come to terms with his feelings for her before she breathes her last breath. No, wait, do robots even breathe? Anyways, bring a tissue if you want to watch this with no issue. I take no responsibility for your mental state after watching this.
どうしたんだ
怖いの。一人でいるの。やだ。
いるよ
We're going interstellar at number 3 with Voices of a Distant Star. Long-distance relationships are difficult to maintain, but it's almost always worth it, though it becomes more difficult when your LDR partner is on Mars. No, I'm not kidding. In the year 2046, Earth is under attack by an alien civilization on Mars. In order to retaliate against these aliens, humans plan to make an expedition to Mars. And one of the people who gets drafted to this program is Mikako Nagamine, a high school girl who's supposed to graduate soon. Before going, Mikako has to sacrifice a lot of things. That includes time with her lover, Taro Noboru. She loves him so much that instead of cutting off the relationship, she wants to keep in touch despite being very far from each other. While in space, she always stays in contact with him through text messages. However, the further she strays away from Earth, the longer the text messages are sent. It even takes as long as 10 years for a single message to be sent. This is the story of a girl who's fighting interstellar wars for humanity while desperately missing her lover and her home. Nearly reaching our destination at number 2 is The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. High school girl Kono Makoto is enjoying her normal teenage life with her two best friends, Chiaki and Kosuke, until one day she randomly discovers that she can go back in time. After using it to save her own life, she realizes that playing with time might be more fun than she thought. So she uses it time and time again for her own benefits. From making sure she doesn't come late for school and to know every answer on school exams. She even goes back in time just to cancel her classmate's genuine confession just because she feels it's awkward. She's basically playing with time like it's Play-Doh now. However, she soon finds out the hard way the effects of abusing this superpower. Soon, what used to be a rare gift turns into a complicated burden, including some of her friend's near-death accident due to her careless time travel act. This award-winning movie explores how every action and choice has a consequence, and no matter what you do, you can't run away from the responsibilities that you put upon yourself. In this anime, we also learn, is the future something to be afraid of or something to be cherished? At number 1 is the legendary Steins Gate. Rintaro Okabe, or Hoyuren Koyuma, is a self-proclaimed mad scientist, along with his childhood friend Mayuri and hacker friend Daru, creates this lab gang called the Future Gadget Research Laboratory. In a small place with limited equipment, the band hasn't made any inventive creations until this one particular experiment. One of their creations, the phone microwave, used to just be a tool to turn bananas into green gel, but for some reason it's now able to send messages to the past and rewrite the future. Rintaro thinks of it as one of his greatest finds, and he's excited to experiment more on what it can do. Later, he meets a red-haired tsundere called Kurisu Makitse, who is a genius scientist from a young age. She soon joins the lab, and 4 of them spend their life together like a family, until one day the consequences of playing with time finally catch up to them. Rintaro finds himself in a horrifying state when he finds out that Mayuri is in danger as she's being hunted down by a secret organization. And no matter how hard he tries to go back in time to change it, the danger just keeps coming. However, he's stubborn, and he loves her very much. So together with Daru and of course Kurisu, they try their best to make sure Mayuri is safe. What's heartwarming is that Kurisu always helps Rintaro no matter what. The two share not only time, but experience, joy, and grief throughout the entire series. The bond between them develops naturally, given some of the best romance in all of anime. It reaches its peak when they have to come back to the very beginning, where Rintaro has to make another difficult sacrifice that he never saw coming. That's a wrap, weebs, and thank you for sticking around. Tell us in the comments if you agree with this list and which anime should have made the ranks. You made it this far, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tea. See you next time.